Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Briefing for Monday, December 15th, 2025. Prescribed fire activity continues to be planned or ongoing over portions of Utah, Wyoming, and into Nevada as well. Past 7 to 14 days of precip is shown here. The last week on the left is showing some precip over Idaho and Wyoming, otherwise dry further south, and pretty dry over the past couple of weeks across much of the area, especially Utah and Nevada has been very dry, central Idaho as well. So definitely looking for things to change here. No snow in the past 72 hours, and the snow depth is still pretty pitiful for the time of year over Wyoming, Idaho, and Utah, Nevada, really everywhere. If we look at the snowpack, the values are below average area-wide across much of the West, in fact, with the values very low over western Nevada, a little bit higher on the eastern side over western Wyoming. Those values are about 70th in the 70th percentile or so, 50th across portions of Idaho and eastern Utah. Supporting satellite imagery is showing an area of some moisture moving into the Pacific Northwest. This will start to move into the northern parts of the Great Basin today, bringing an increase in precipitation. So again, today looking for that area of cloud cover and moisture moving into mainly Idaho, mainly western Idaho is where we'll see the precip today. Still dry across the south. Ventilation rates are really poor across the area today. Winds are light region-wide today, and the mixing heights are very low. Precip again for today will mainly be limited to parts of western Idaho, and those values are going to be pretty light starting out here. Maximum temperatures, that's the big story right now, is the heat, the warmth in place across much of the western U.S. Reno temperatures are going to be around 60 degrees today, 50s in Salt Lake and Boise, just very warm for the time of year. On Tuesday, the moisture will move a little bit further southward into Idaho, across Idaho, and maybe into northern Nevada, and starting to move into northern Utah. Ventilation rates begin to improve just a bit. As those winds pick up across the north, these winds are going to be west-southwest here, so again, still very warm. Mixing heights begin to improve across Idaho, but still on the lower side over Utah and Nevada. Precipitation coming in or continuing again over Idaho, the central Idaho mountains, moving into western Wyoming, and when we could see some light precip over northern Nevada on Tuesday. Again, temperatures just staying very warm for the time of year. On Wednesday, winds really pick up across the area. We'll see increased west to northwesterly flow across the area. Temperatures may be decreasing just a little bit at some of the higher elevations, and the ventilation rates improving quite a bit on Wednesday. Again, a very windy day on Wednesday, so gusts here up to 40, 45 miles an hour, maybe even higher in some downslope areas. These winds are mostly going to be out of the west to northwest, so still not terribly cold. Mixing heights really improve on Wednesday. The precipitation on Wednesday expected to remain in those same general areas, so we're still looking across the north, Idaho, Wyoming, far northern Nevada, and northern Utah. Northern Utah could see those snow levels starting out high on Wednesday, maybe 8,000 feet or so, and then decreasing as the storm progresses with some of the as the storm gets underway, maybe down to about 6,000 feet, but still not really looking for any valley snow on Wednesday. Maximum temperatures are still very warm. Highs in Salt Lake 56 on Wednesday, still sitting around the low 50s in Boise and near 60 in Reno. The 3-day precip totals are shown here. Again, looking for precipitation returning anyway to the north. Even if it's rain, we'll take it. Clearing index for Utah for the next couple of days showing pretty poor values today and tomorrow, but really increasing on Wednesday as the winds pick up significantly. On Thursday, another atmospheric river begins to be enhanced or coming into the Great Basin, so precipitation continuing across Idaho and into northern Utah. On Thursday, ventilation rates decreasing across the north, kind of a little bit higher maybe in Nevada. And then on Friday, more of the same, some precipitation continuing across the north, maybe a little bit of a break further south. Ventilation rates, kind of a mixed bag still. And then on Saturday, we'll see the precipitation decreasing a bit, ventilation rates improving. straight westerly flow here, so still not very cold temperatures. Still temperatures on the warmer side all through the weekend. And then on Sunday, some precipitation moving back into the area. Ventilation rates still kind of a mixed bag out there. 7-day precip totals are shown here. Again, most of the precipitation is going to be coming to Idaho, Wyoming, northern Utah, and northern Nevada. High elevation snow, low elevation rain, with maybe some periods of some flurries in there a little bit further, a little bit lower on the slope, but really not looking for a ton of low elevation snow with this system. And the southern Great Basin stays dry. The extended outlook for December 20th, 22nd through the 28th, including Christmas, still looks pretty warm, and we will see continued above normal chances for precipitation, however, across much of the area as we head into the end of December. That concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Wednesday for the latest update.